Minato namikaze could have been the strongest shinobi in history. This is because he may have had a hidden technique that he never used, something that would be just as overpowered as Obito's kamui. I call it the Flying Thunder armor. Basically, Minato coats his clothing in teleportation seals. Similar to Obito, it would allow him to let opponents' attacks go right through him. I would love for a Naruto alternate story to play out with Minato versus adult Obito for this exact reason. But getting back to the Flying Thunder armor, let's talk about some of the abilities. The first and most obvious one is what I like to call the Flying Thunder Gate, which would rival Obito's kamui abilities. No opponent would be able to touch or hurt Minato because he would be able to activate one of his seals to move them or their attack to a different location. In fact, Minato's Flying Thunder Gate would be more effective than kamui since he would be able to deactivate it mid-attack, unlike Obito. To make the Flying Thunder Gate even more effective, he could wear a mask and gloves. The mask will protect his face, and the gloves would allow him to use his best ability, which I'll be talking about a little later in this video, so just keep watching. The next ability is what I call the Flying Thunder Squad. This will be a group of Minato clones coated in the Flying Thunder armor. Similar to seals placed on opponents, it would allow him to teleport to the locations of his shadow clones, and vice versa. With multiple shadow clones attacking, it will be easy for him to switch places with the best placed shadow clone in a difficult fight. The next and best named technique is the yellow camouflage. This technique is an advanced form of the Flying Thunder Gate that teleports enemy attacks back at them in close range. So if he was attacked by a kunai, he could close the distance and send a kunai from his jacket while giving the opponent the hands, Gojo style. Advancing this move even further will be the Flying Thunder Path. This is the same move, but Minato will use his gloves instead of absorbing an attack with one glove and giving it back with the other glove. And finally, the best technique that you've been waiting for, the Flying Thunder Void. Now, most of the other moves are extremely possible and fit the logic in Naruto, but this move is more theoretical. The Flying Thunder Void is an ultimate attack that's meant for planetary attacks. This move is done by using one or more shadow clones to throw two or more kunai with teleportation cells on them, on each side of the attack or opponent. The kunai then simultaneously teleports the attack or opponent into itself and towards the other kunai. Now this sounds confusing, but basically just think of it like this. The attack is both going into and out of the kunai, so it's coming back to its original location while going somewhere else on both kunai. So the forces are going to clash with each other, which would possibly create a void and an insane impact. That's why it would be an ultimate attack only used for sealing planetary attacks or Otsutsuki. Now, I know many of you may not agree with all the things I've said, but this is very logical based off of how we already saw Minato use his techniques. He's able to put it on people's clothes. He's able to teleport Kurama-sized Biju bomb type attacks to different locations, far off locations. So we know that most of this stuff should be possible, and it will make him stronger than Obito. That's not even an arguing point. But if you want more stuff like this, crazy ideas, go beyond, make you think, then keep watching this channel, subscribe.